response to a question that was asked me as what is wrong with the church, it's a pretty vast topic. We know that the church is missing it in so many areas. So I would like to define what the church is. The ecclesia, the called out ones. That's what the word church means in Greek, is ecclesia. It means to be called out. Obviously called out from the world. So to define the church, it would have to be those who answered their calling out of the world, out of Egypt, into the promised land, which is the kingdom that is not of this world. So the real church, there's nothing wrong with. The real church understands that they're still in transition of worldliness, out of worldliness into the holiness, as opposed to the church at large, which is typically worldly mentality, quarreling, bickering, jockeying over positions in the church, and honoring the man of God and the elders and the deacons and everybody that needs to be deemed worthy of honor. And there's nothing wrong with honoring people, obviously. The Greek word for honor is time. It means a value paid. So, if there's value in the price somebody paid for service of God, there's honor that's due him. However, many times we are honoring people because of their position, not because they're really worthy to be honored. And that's really the false church, the pseudo-ecclesia. Pseudo being false and ecclesia is church. So really, we've got two things going on. We've got true believers that are really seeking out God, and the people that are going to church on Sundays, and maybe even Wednesday nights if they're very spunky and they want to get a little more spiritual than the rest. But ultimately, church, we know, is not a building, but it's a people, and it's not on a day of the week. It's 24/7. It's your identity as part of those who've been called out. So what's wrong with the church? Nothing. What's wrong with the pseudo-church? Everything, other than they're very good business people. I must say, they run the church very, very businesslike, and it's honestly commendable. If you want to be commended for running a business. However, the house of God and the group of people coming together, it's not a business. John chapter 2, verse 13, Jesus, when it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, went up to Jerusalem. And in Jerusalem, in the temple, he found men selling cattle and sheep, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. So he made a cord out of whips, and he drove them all out of the temple area, both cattle and sheep. He overturned the tables and scattered the coins of the money changers. And to those selling doves, he said, "What are these doing here? How dare you turn my father's house into the Greek word was emporium, which we all know what an emporium is. It's one of those words that got carried over from Greek to English, and it means a place where you sell shit. So why is God's pseudo-church, it's not his church, but why is the pseudo-church running the church as a business? And it's because they don't really believe in God. Their father still is the devil. It's a hard word, but it's true. If you're really about God's business, it's not about the money. Now,